Hey there, board game family. I'm here today with a solo playthrough, a rules explanation, and a review of Terraforming Mars Ares Expedition. This is the card-only version of Terraforming Mars, and you'll see my thoughts of it after the game. So let's head down to the table, and I'll start with the rules explanation. So here we have the game set up for one player for solo mode, but it is essentially the same setup for multiplayer. Each player is going to receive a board with cubes on the 0 spaces of each slot. I'll show you why mine is set a little higher. Everyone's score cube is going to be set to the 5 mega credits, and this one's down here for solo tracking. You're going to put all the ocean tiles face down, and the temperature and oxygen trackers at the lowest parts of the track, minus 30 degrees and 0% oxygen. Our objective in Terraforming Mars is to terraform Mars. We are going to be raising the temperature, raising the oxygen percentage, and creating oceans to sustain life on Mars. And the game end will be triggered at a time where all 3 of those things are totally completed. Then, based on the mega credits and whatever residual points, the winner will be the person with the highest amount of points. Now, this game is an action selection game. It's a little bit different from the other Terraforming Mars game, if you're used to that. But I will explain to you how to play. So each player will have a selection of cards representing the 5 different actions in the game. And the players will secretly pick an action and then reveal them all together, like so. Here I've selected action 3, which is action, and action 5. There are tokens on the side here that you can use to show which different actions will be used this round, or which different phases we will use this round. And then you'll begin walking through each phase. Now, what's going to happen is that each player will get to do each phase as long as it is revealed and in this order. However, if you're the one that selected the card that matches the phase number, you'll have a bonus. And that's kind of the main draw. After the round is over, players will have to choose a different action. So you will kind of be able to see what actions players have chosen previously and know that, I can't pick phase 3 again, I'm going to have to pick something else. So being able to kind of guess a little bit about what other players might do so that you can take advantage of, their choices, and then you can do something else that benefits you perhaps even more. Each player is also going to be dealt 8 cards at random and a project card. Now, the project card will usually give you something special and different to start with compared to everybody else, as well as the amount of starting credits that you have. See here I have 20 credits, and I'm the Phobolog company. I'll explain what the rest of the card does. In order to track resources and credits and things in this game, you are going to be using the sideboard. How this works is that down the left side here, the yellow, blue, red, and green, this is your production. So since my tracker is at 0 in the yellow, that means that I will produce 0 credits during the credit phase. Blue is for cards, red is for heat, and green is for plants. The pools on the right side show how many you have produced. These are the resources that you've collected. So here's my 20 starting resources. This is calculated using the different cubes. Bronze for 1, silver 5, and gold represents 10. So you'll be kind of adding these cubes into these different pools to reflect how much resources of those types you have. Now we have the titanium and the uranium resources are a little bit different. These resources will give you a discount, and we'll get back to that later. As these increase, you can move the cube down the track. If you ever hit the top of the track, you can grab one of your extra cubes, place it in the 10, and reset your track back down to 0 to show that you are now gaining more than the track shows, so like 10 or more. And of course, feel free to make change with cubes whenever possible, whenever you need to. Cubes are not limited. Now, I've split my cards into a few decks here. My cards are sleeved, so they are certainly a lot more, they take up a lot more space than they normally would, but there are still, a good 200 cards in the game. And you can decide to split the stacks into a couple of piles so that players have easy access. We also have a pile of plant tokens. And all right, so let's get into what the cards do. I've grabbed a selection of cards to kind of show you guys. So cards come in 3 different colors. We have green project cards, or development cards. Then we have blue and red project cards. So 3 different colors. Each card will have the cost in the top left that it'll take to play that card during the corresponding phase, and we'll get to what the phases do. You'll be paying mega credits for these, but sometimes there are also additional requirements shown in a small number in a small box here. For example, here there has to be 5 oceans already on the board, a little bit reflective, 5 oceans on the board before you can play that card. There are also additional icons down the side that may give you bonuses, or other cards might give you bonuses based on the number of icons you have of certain types. So for the most part, once you've played a card, you can pretty much just stack it up and hide it so that you can just see the icons, unless it has its own unique action, which we'll get to in a minute. I also mention now that when you're paying for cards and there is a titanium symbol, which looks like this brown one, or, not titanium, yeah, titanium. No, titanium is the black one. Okay, a metal symbol, the brown one, or titanium, which is the black, you will get a discount based on your tracker. So since you don't actually produce these resources, the metal and the titanium, or steel, or whatever it is, it really doesn't matter. The brown resource, for each one you have on here, you'll get a reduction of 2 in the cost of playing a card that has a brown resource icon down the side. Here, my Log company gives me 1 titanium production to start, which means that I start off 1 here, which means I will have a reduction of 3 if I play this Demos Down card. This could get higher the more I have. Also, some companies will give you additional benefits. So this one gives me, if it's in purple, it is an ongoing benefit on a card. And this one gives me an additional reduction of 1 cost. So anything that's purple, you may want to keep revealed instead of stacking up your cards so that you can see what it does throughout the game. In my example, like here's another one shown here. Cards occasionally will have additional victory points that you will claim at the end of the game, shown in these little Mars pictures, and there'll be either a number or a star on the card. If it's a star, it'll explain how those points work. Usually it requires getting different cards of different types, or having animals represented by tokens placed on the card. And just follow the card instructions. It's pretty simple. All right, so let's go through the different phases and what will happen during those phases. So first phase is development. That is the green card. And it's going to happen first, of course. So everyone, if the green card has been revealed, the development card has been revealed, everybody may play 1 green project card by paying the cost shown, for example here 2, and then making sure you have the requirements met, and then doing whatever is shown here. Occasionally there will be the gaining of something, like in the red or gray here, you will gain a production of that type, and you will reflect that by moving your trackers on the left here. You're not actually gaining the resources, you're just building your production. And then there's usually some additional things you may gain here. For example, this one, I will gain a plant production. It requires here that I have temperatures red or warmer, and then I immediately also gain 2 plants. All right, or as this one here, I will gain a metal, the brown resource, but it requires I have 3 oceans or fewer revealed in order to do that. All right, if you are the one to play the green card, you'll get a reduction of 3 from the cost of playing the card. So I could play the Dust Quarry card for free, and I can play it now because there are no oceans out. All right, next phase is construction, and you'll see how it's blue and red kind of split. That's to remind you that you can play either blue or red cards. Everyone may play 1 blue or 1 red card, but the person who chose the action can play an additional blue or red card. So that's 2 cards total during this phase. Of course, you have to pay full cost for each of them. Red cards are typically immediate cards, things that will happen right away and occasionally have large impacts, like crashing the Moon of Deimos on the planet. And you don't have to worry about crashing it more than once. Every single card in the deck is completely unique, but they all make very clear sense and have clear verbiage that just tell you what to do. Blue cards usually have some sort of actions or benefits associated with them. If it is in a blue box, this is an action. So you're going to want to leave this revealed so that you can activate it during the action phase, which I'll get to later. Otherwise, do whatever the card says. Next phase is that action phase I was talking about. So each player activates any action effects in standard actions. But the person who chose the card gets to activate 1 action card an additional time. So remember that one I was talking about, the card with the blue action on it? This is like a unique action that only the player who owns the card can do. If I played this blue action card, I can do kind of one of these actions an additional time. You can, of course, choose the order of which you do the actions. And at this time, players may also do any of the basic actions. Normally, each action will only be done once, unless you play that card, in which you pick one of them to do twice. But the basic actions can be done any number of times. These are shown on the bottom of your board here. We have pay 20 mega credits to gain a tree, right? Which is one of these tokens. These are also worth 1 victory point at the end of the game. Anytime you do something to Mars's surface to increase one of the tracks, you will also gain a mega credits. So if I spend my $20, I could gain a tree. Oops, not the 5. I'll gain a single tree. You'll see there's also an oxygen symbol, so I will increase oxygen. And because I increase oxygen, I will gain 1 on the mega credit chart. And we'll get to the meaning of that. Not only is that a point tracker, but it's also for money production. You can also pay $14 to raise the temperature, or $15 to flip over an ocean tile. Ocean tiles will have a one-time unique small bonus on the other side. Of course, if all the ocean tiles have been flipped over, you cannot take this action anymore. Now, there is a kind of a tying method so that if there are multiple players who are supposed to have flipped over the final ocean at the same time, they all receive the bonuses for that. And the mega credits boost as well, even if there is technically only 1. It's just fair because it's simultaneous. Now, there are also 2 actions where you will spend heat, 8 heat, to raise the temperature, or 8 plants to build another forest. These actions are mandatory. If you have 8 heat or 8 plants, you must do that action until you can no longer do that action anymore. So that essentially you can't stall the game and then boost them all through at once. You have to spend them if they're available. All right. Next phase is production. This is how you're going to get your resources. So everybody is going to produce things based on their chart on the top 4 things here. You'll get credits equal to the credits shown on your little chart here. Plus, you'll get credits based on your current score. So this is why everyone starts at 5. So you're going to get 5 credits right away when you play the production card. It's the production phase. So don't forget that. It is easy to forget that there are essentially 2 places you can gain credits. They are different though because credit production is not the same as the endgame victory points. If you were the one that chose the production card, you'll gain an additional bonus 4 mega credits. And you can of course store these in your little boxes. The last one is research, and this is an easy way to get more cards. All players draw 2 cards and keep one of them. The player who chose the research card draws an additional 3 and keeps an additional 1. That means that you're going to draw 5 and keep 2. Now, cards in hand will have to be discarded down to 10 or below at the end of the round. However, you can always discard any number of cards to gain 3 credits each. This can be done literally at any time, even mid-card draws, or if you're about to discard because you have too many cards, you can still gain the credits for those. So it is quite normal to gain some cards and then just discard them for credits to pay for other cards. It's going to happen. All right, and then you're going to continue until the game is over. And like I said, add up the points. Don't forget any points that are on cards themselves, and the trees are worth 1 point as well. So in terms of solo play, the more solo-specific rules, instead of just racing for points, your objective is to essentially completely terraform Mars, essentially by yourself before a timer is up. And the timer is tracked by a player cube that starts over at 1 here, and a randomized deck of player cards. These are the action cards. So each round, essentially each set of 5 cards. So you're going to play 25 rounds in total. It's 5 times through 5 cards. You're going to shuffle up the cards and just make a stack. And then you are going to choose which action you want to do, and then reveal the AI's actions. And then you are going to essentially do a round all by yourself. Then you're going to take the AI's card and put it aside. You have to follow the same rules where you can't pick the same action twice. And then do another action and reveal another card. If it's revealed the same thing, too bad, and just put it aside. And the AI is going to keep doing that action after action, round after round, until they have gone through all their cards. At that point, you're going to move the track over 1 space, shuffle their action cards, and continue. You're going to do this until it hits the final space, and then the next round, also the round after it moves, you will get to choose the order that the 5 actions are going to be done in. So the final 5 turns of the game, or the final 5 rounds of the game, are going to be very thinky, because you're going to be choosing exactly how it flows. So keep that in mind. And then, of course, if you were able to successfully completely terraform Mars, then you win. And then, of course, you can always choose to keep track of your score to see if you can beat your score. Now, the AI also is going to help you out a little bit. There are 3 different difficulty levels. I will be playing today on the advanced or the medium difficulty level, which means that whenever the AI bumps up their cube tracker, I get to increase either the heat or the oxygen by 1. So that is going to help me a little bit. It doesn't seem like much, but you'll see it's going to be quite necessary. Because I'm flipping through these cards, I'm just going to remove, maybe I'll leave them there. I'm just going to remove these because I don't need them to keep track. They're handy for a multiplayer game, so everyone can see what round you're on or what phase you're on, but it's not needed for solo. So let's begin. I'm going to shuffle up the AI deck here. And I'm just going to put these cards at the bottom of the deck. And I've already randomly drawn my hand of cards. I do start off with 1 titanium, and I have a bonus that my titanium reduces the cost of these titanium star cards by an additional 1. So it's going to be a 4 cost reduction instead. So let's see what I got. I do need to develop a bit of a plan so I can get Mars terraformed. Right now I'm just going to kind of look at what cards I have. I guess first, do I have anything that will play with my ability? No, I have no star cards. Now, I could do some of these early move ones, like this one only costs 1 credit, so that could be quite handy. but you'll see that it'll actually lower my points. I mean, I'll gain an endgame point, but I'll lower my credit, my kind of terraforming rating, which means that if I do production, it won't gain as much. However, that will give me an immediate $10, so it's not nothing to sneeze at. Or maybe I'll strip mine. It does the same thing, costs more, but I will gain kind of 2 metal and 1 titanium, which means I'll kind of get more discounts across the board for doing future cards like that. Oh, here's another one. When I play a metal card, I get 2 more. So I could even play this one first and then get a big discount on the next one. That could be good. Spending $1 to draw a card, that could be quite important too. 4 credits less for standard actions that cost big credits. Okay, I think those are the standard actions here. That's a little bit less important. Producing things is always good. Spend 2 mega credits to draw a card. That's much the same as this one. Okay, I think Tank's it's more expensive. But okay, but it gives me victory points at the end. So, you know, getting card draw is pretty important so that I can kind of keep that engine going. But I also need to build stuff. So let's see. Let's first, what do we got here? Yeah, I think before I start losing my my money, I'm going to get some card draw here. So I've got $20 for my name. Let's start with the cheaper one, I guess. So we'll go for blue action and then construction. Oh, okay. You know what? Okay, I probably should have picked. I meant that one. So anyway, so we're tied, which is not good, but that's fine. So I'm going to play the matter manufacturing. That is going to cost me 9 mega credits, which is pretty much everything I have to my name, which is fine. And then I get to do an additional one. So I could this time discard cards for additional credits, which, I mean, I could always take the investment loan. I don't have temperature right now to do the ice cap. So this is going to be a long time before I do that. So I'm just going to discard that for 3 credits. I'm probably not going to use this one. So there's another 3. I know I'm kind of burning through my cards here, but it's probably fine. Getting some points maybe. Here we have $1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, $7 left. I'd have to get rid of 2 more cards to get enough money. And then I'll have essentially nothing left. You know, since mega credits are not as valuable. You know what? No, let's do it. Okay. Burn it. $3 more. And we'll burn that one for $3. So I should have enough now. So we have 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 to play the Think Tank. So now I've got 2 card draw abilities, which could come handy. All right, next round. I really desperately need to produce, so I can play production. Construction goes back to my hand, and the AI is going to do development. All right, well, unfortunately, I can't pay for any of my development, so it's going to go to waste. So we're going to skip that phase and head down to production. I'm going to get a bonus 4 mega credits plus 5, so that's 9 total. There's going to be a lot of cube slinging in this game. And then there's nothing else I produce, so that's fine. Now, let's do the action phase next. And he's going to choose, action as well. Okay, that is fine. So I'm going to do this one twice, so I can spend $2 to draw 2 cards. And then I'm going to do this one once, so I can spend $2 to draw 1 card. So this is essentially $4, but remember these cards are worth $3 each. And there might be something really useful in here. Oh, this could be good. A card draw production, plus I can apply both discounts to it. Or I can spend cards to get 3 plants. Those could combo well together. Okay, so I think we're starting to formulate a little bit of a plan here. All right, next, I think I'm going to play development. And now, this is part of the strategy here, is that since you can see what cards have been played before from the AI, you can kind of guess what's going to come up. So either he's going to do production or card draw, and it's research for card drawing. So we do development first. I am going to, let's, 3. I only have effectively $8 to my name unless I discard something. And I like all these cards. I don't want to lose them. I like them. All right, so let's play this guy. He's only going to end up costing me 2 credits because of my discount. And he increases my money production by 2. Now, cards like this, you don't need to really leave revealed. So I'm just kind of going to stack them over here, and I'll leave the main actions kind of visible up here for easy reference. And then we go to research, draw 2 cards, keep 1. Okay, this is not going to happen. It's going to be a long time. And this card, you may play an additional blue or red card this phase. You may pay 11 creds less for the next card you play this phase. Ooh. It could be good. It could be good. All right, moving on. All right, I know he's going to production next. So maybe I'll get some card draws. And since I don't really have enough money to pay for anything right now, I'm going to take the action phase. And yep, there it is, production. So action happens first. I'm going to do this one twice to gain 2 cards. And what do I got here? Yeah, I'm gonna micros. Yeah, I'm gonna drop this one for $3, and I can spend 2 of those to draw a card from the think tank. And I'm probably not gonna need this. Microbes are a good way to get some points and things in the base game. I mean, in multiplayer, but you don't need a lot of points in solo. You just need to complete the objectives. However, I can remove 3 microbes to flip an ocean tile. I could potentially get some free ocean flippage from that. Okay. All right, so on to production. I have 2, that's 5, so $7 production here, and then that's it. So since the guy has gone through, that's the first 5 turns of the game. I have not done a whole lot yet. We're going to move the tracker up. I get to increase either temperature or oxygen. I don't really know which one I'm going to need. So let's do temperature for now. All right, and now we're going to move on. So I need to get some abilities up here. This is all about building your engine, right? This is getting the cards you need when you need them to do more stuff. So, all right, let's begin with development. And we're going to do construction. Okay. All right, development. Yeah, I got to play the mine. So this is part of my earlier combo we talked about. I'm going to spend $7 in order to play the mine. And that's going to give me 2 on here, which means I'm going to have a $4 discount on future brown symboled cards. All right, next we get to construction. So I could, do I want to drop a card so I can play something? I have the work crews that'll let me do an additional thing for a cost of 11 reduction. So I mean, if I discard something now, I'll have $5 so I can play this, which means I'll have $11 So I could play the microbes. But I have to drop something. Okay, let's drop balanced portfolio to get $3. And 2 is 5. So I can play the work cruise, which lets me immediately play another blue or red card for $11 discount. So microbes are coming in. Well, that works out. Okay, now I am getting pretty low on money again. So, yep, let's do production next. Flip a card, development. All right, all my development cards are kind of expensive. I could use the strip mine, but I have no way to pay for any of this. I do have a discount of 4, so it would only cost me 8, but I just don't have $8. So I'm going to pass in development. Production, $5, $6, $7 again. And yeah, no heat, no plants, no cards. Okay, but oh right, since I chose it, I get an additional $4, which I'm going to need. Okay, I think next, now we're going to go for development, and the AI is going to pick production. Oh, perfect. I could use some resources now. Okay, it is time to go strip mining. I get a reduction of 3, and a further reduction of 4 because of my my metal here. So the total reduction of 7. So I only have to pay $5 from here. However, I lose the terraforming rating, which is not good. But I will gain 2 metal and 1 titanium, which could be quite good indeed later on, like for my next card. All right, now we do production again. $4, $5, $6. It does hurt a little bit to lose to lose money production. And I produce nothing else. Okay, now on to my turn. So he's already played development. I can't play development again. Maybe I'll play, he could play action or card drawing. I don't really have enough to get the farming crops out. And I can't play this one yet. So, you know what? I'm just going to play action and hope he does research instead. And no, it's action. Okay, that's fine. So I'm going to spend, I'll do this one. Oh, maybe I won't that one. Maybe I'll do the microbes one twice. Oh, okay, I missed when I play it, I add 3 microbes to this card. So there's a lightning bolt in there. I add 3 microbes when I make the card. So as an action, I can either add a microbe or remove 3 microbes to flip an ocean. So why don't I do that one twice? So I'm going to add a microbe, and then I'm going to remove 3 and flip an ocean tile and see what I get. Okay, $4. 2, 3, 4. And since I helped build something, I get a credit rating. Yay. All right, now I'm going to spend $3 and draw 2 cards. Add that to my hand. That's anything good. We got cards you discard from my credit are worth an additional $1. $4 for discarding. That's amazing. And farming. I do need to get some plant production going because I don't have a lot right now. Okay, do I want to spend money for these? No, I don't. All right, so he's going to research next. I am going to, let's get some developments going again. And research. Okay, so now the question is, do I want to keep going with my Callisto Penal Mines plan? It does give me card production draw, and I have a huge discount on it. I have, let's see, I've got 2, so 6, 7, 8. Oh no, it's not 1 per. It's each titanium you have reduces the cost of star cards an additional 1. So instead of reducing by 6, it reduces by 8, and I have 4 here, so that's another 8. So it's a reduction of 16. That card's practically free. Okay, we're going to do that. So development gives me also 3 reduction. So that's 19 total reduction. It's only $1. Woo! Nice. And it gives me card production, which can be quite nice. And a point at the end of the game. Okay. And then research, draw 2 cards, keep 1. So I have another one of these productions. You could, when you keep cards during the research phase, keep an additional card. And the ecosystem is just a point, so we're not keeping that. All right, we've gone through another 5, so this is 10 rounds we're through. He's going to go up, and let's raise temperature again this time. It's going fast. I don't have that long to go, but you'll see how the game kind of ramps up. So we'll shuffle the AI deck. And what do I want to do? Do I have money to keep producing? I think I do. Yeah, I think I do. Oh no, I just did development, so I can't do development again. So maybe I will do construction. Okay, and he's going to pick research again. Alrighty. So construction. Well, farming, I can discard cards to gain plants. Oh yeah, discarding cards for additional $1. That could be good. Or when you research, you keep an additional card, which would mean that I would get to draw 2 cards and keep 2 cards. So that's also useful. Discarding for an additional, I think, is probably better though in the long run. So let's see, I get a reduction of $8 on it. So it's only going to cost me 5 to play that. And let's move actions over here and keep the purple effects over here. Purples are like the ongoing upgrades, right? Now I can play an additional card since I chose that. So, you know, I could even do both, but, you know, I don't have the money for that. So let's do this one. Since I have $8 reduction, it's only going to cost me 2. That's nothing. Let's do that. So now I get to keep extra cards, and I can discard cards for extra. Okay, now it is on to research. So I draw 2, and I get to keep both of them. Nice. All right, here we have cartel. I get a mega credit per planet symbol, which I currently have only 1. So $2, it might be worth it. A straight up gain of $3 production. Ooh, and discount. I can discount this one. My farming is still probably where I want to go. All right, next round. Yeah, I think I can still do some development. And action. That actually works really well for me. All right, so big choice. Cartel is going to give me only $2 production bonus now. Oh, you know, I have to discard something. Economic growth. Economic growth is almost free. It is free with my development card. That is free. And farming, I can't afford right now. I'd have to discard stuff. So let's do economic growth for 3. And $1, $2, $3 credit production. And then some for actions. So I do have quite a few actions I can do now. I'm going to do the add microbes twice. Oh, no, sorry, this once, because I didn't select the card. I'm going to spend $2 to draw a card, and then $1 to draw a card. So that's 2 cards. And anything good? I have an atmosphere card. I don't have, well, I do have these white symbols, so I could do that. Raise the oxygen 1 step. Yeah, that could be worth it. Or you may return another red card you have and play to your hand. So I had to get the plate again. Yeah, I don't really like those. I'm just gonna burn some of that for money. All right, what do I want to do? You know what, maybe production hasn't been chosen yet. Action has. Maybe it's my turn to choose actions. Let's do actions. Because I gotta think of what he's gonna do. So I really need to maximize the turns in this game since I am slowly running out of turns and he only has 3 left in this round. So I'm gonna choose action and he's gonna choose production. All right, that works. Since I chose it, I'm gonna do this one twice. I'm gonna add 1 microbe and then remove 3 microbes to flip another ocean. This is gonna give me a card draw. Okay, heat. Yeah, that could be good. And I get a terraforming rating since I flipped an ocean. Now I'm going to spend the $3 for 2 cards again. So I've got fuel generators. I do need to get my heat production up. And in production phase, draw a card for every 3 of the sign symbols. I already have 3 out, so that's essentially a card draw during production. Yeah, not the greatest, but we'll see. I have less than 10. All right, production phase. So now I'm getting 6 and 5, so 11 credits production. We have a card production. Still no heat or plants though. I need to fix that. Or I'm not gonna win. It's not gonna happen. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards. I'm still good. All right, so he's gonna play either development or construction next. Either one will be good for me. So I think I'm going to do production. All right, and it's development. Okay, so production. What's my best production card I get out? I got a fair amount of money right now. Yeah, space station is probably not totally worth it right now. Oh yeah, I didn't get my extra $1 when I discarded the catastrophe. Fuel generators, I could use the heat. This is getting some heat right away. Oh yeah, the plants one. Yeah, that could be good. Plants are not always easy to get. Okay, I might as well do it now. So I get a reduction of 8 in cost. So I only have to pay 11. And that is going to give me 1 mega credit production and 2 plant production. I gotta get that up fast. We're running out of time. All right, on to production phase. All right, back here, so we got 6 plus 6, we got 12 credit production. 1 card production, 2 plants. I'm starting to get the plants going. I need to step that up a bit. All right, now he's gonna do red or blue cards next. So I need to start getting some, maybe I should put some more of those out. I can use the one that lets me spend cards for plants. Could raise oxygen. That one would be free. This one, raise your terraforming 1 step per Jupiter card I have. I have 1, this will be 2 Jupiter cards. I don't think that's worth it. You know what, I'm gonna discard that one right now for $4, right? Because I have the increase of 1 from my composting factory. I guess I literally just composted that card. Raising heat is so important right now. Mega credits and 2. So they could give me 2 extra mega credits during production. Yeah, let's do the heat. So it's gonna cost me $8, which is fine. I have quite a lot right now. And I immediately gain 5 heats, plus I raise my heat production by 1. So it's a small step. All right, now on to actual production. I'm still gaining $12. Let's throw a 10 out there. I get a card production. I have 1 heat and 2 plants. Plus an extra $4, right? I keep forgetting that from my selection of the production card. Do not forget that. All right, so last one, he's definitely going to do construction next, which is the phase 2 for the blue and red cards. So do I action them or do I do development? Yeah, let's do a development. And yep, construction. So development's going to happen first. Let's see what I got here. I've got a laboratories card, which lets me get extra card draws. Cartels give me more money. Generators raise heat production. Space station's not that useful. Let's do the generators. I mean, it's essentially free because of all my upgrades. So it's not the best use of money, but I need to get heat up. I gotta do it. I lose the terraforming rating as well, but I get 2 heat production. So that's a trade-off. All right, and on to construction phase. My choices are atmospheric filtering. I can raise oxygen by 1 step. That would be free. I can discard a card for 3 plants. Or I can flip an ocean tile, gain 3 plants, or add 3 microbes or 2 animals to another card. Ooh, I just drew that one recently. You know what? And I have a discount of, let's see, 6 plus my bonus, 7, 8. Discount of 8 is only $9. Yes, please. All right. Let's throw the big guy back. And, okay. So this flip an ocean tile gives me a card. Okay, so that is worth a terraforming rating. Then gain 3 plants. Oh, or add 3 microbes or 2 animals to another card. So you know what I'm thinking here. I'm going to take those 3 microbes and I'm going to add them to my bacteria so I can make more oceans. Okay, on a roll here. All right, that is, however, the end of the set of 5 turns. So we're going to shuffle, and we're going to increase heat, I think, for the free bonus increase, since this is the medium difficulty. And advance this. I only have 10 turns left to finish these whole tracks. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that, but we'll see. I have beat the game before. It's just not always easy. All right, so new card I got was Artificial Lake, more ocean flipping. I need to get my plants up, I need to get my heat up, and it's just not happening right now. Raise an oxygen step. Maybe I'll do the atmospheric filtering. That's free right now. So let's do construction. All right, he's going to choose development. Okay, that actually works out for me. Development, I could do space station, cartel, or laboratories. Extra card draw is always nice. And yeah, I got plenty of money for what I was going to do. Oh no, I need 15. So 5, 10, 15. So I have potentially 3 left. How many of these white symbols, the science cards do I have? I have 4 science cards, so it's 1 card draw, which is a gain of $4. So it is the better choice. Okay, let's do that. Laboratories. It's going to cost me 8. And I'm going to put this on the side because it's an ongoing kind of one. So I get an extra card production for every 3 science symbols. It's up to 2. And now we're going to go over to the blue or red cards. And let's start with atmospheric filtering. I have the science requirement. I don't have to pay anything because I have a discount of 6. And I get to raise oxygen by 1 step, which gives me a terraforming rating. And I'm going to play an additional blue card. I'm going to play my farming crops. All right, I'm starting to run out of a little space here. Let's slide these down here, put these up a little bit. There can definitely be a lot of cards on the table for this game, especially when you've got a lot of actions. All right, so this is going to cost me 15. I have 3, 4, 5. And let's start discarding cards. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And that gives me a pretty tasty little action there. Okay, next phase. I think it's time to start using some actions. I'm going to pick the action card, and the AI is going to pick construction, which I don't really have cards or money for. All I have is that cartel card. So unfortunately, that goes to waste. That's gonna hurt. But on to action time. All right, so first let's do the $3 for 2 cards. I'll decide later which one actually I want to double up. Oh, I got a couple ones here. That would have been good. So I've done these. Put my upgrade cards over this way a little bit. So I've done these guys. I can pay a card getting 3 plants. Oh, I forgot the initial getting 3 plants right away. I think I'm going to drop that cartel card to getting 3 plants as an action. 2, 3. And the microbe one, let's remove these 3 microbes to flip an ocean tile. And this is going to give me a plant and $2. So kind of small increases. That's fine. All right, so for doubling up, I think I'm going to double up the farming crops. So I'm going to drop another card for another 3 plants. All right, now, so you see I've got a pile of different plant resources here. Now I actually have to spend plants to get the forests. So I'm going to take the 8, so 3, 6, 7, 8. And I'm going to grab one of these tree tokens. That's a point at the end of the game. I guess you can't see it here. I'll put it over here. That is also going to raise oxygen and my terraforming rating points. I don't have enough to do that again. Okay, so those are done. I am pretty poor right now, so maybe I'm gonna pick production and hope he picks something different. And it is production. Okay, that's fine. We can still do it. We got this. We got this. So we're at $8 plus $6 is 14. Plus an additional 4. So I'm going to throw one back and take 5 from here, from the production card. Then we're going to gain a 2 card production, which is very, very nice. We're going to gain 3 heat production. 1, 2, 3. 2 plant production. Okay. All right, what has he not done yet now? He hasn't chosen action. He's done development and construction. Let's see. Let's look at my new cards here. Convoy, draw a card, flip a card. I mean, that could be good to get more oceans out. Flip an ocean tile, draw 2 cards. It's the same thing, but better. It's $3 more, and I get an extra card. Okay. And small animals requires red temperature. I'm not there yet. And it's just points. I'm going to chuck that right away for $4. Right? Remember, it would be 3, but I have the composting factory, and it gives me an extra. So I got a lot of red cards. Let's go for construction. You know, he might give me the research, which could be good. One is research, excellent. Okay, so what do I start with? Might as well go big, right? Get more cards in my hands. I need more options. I am running out of time very quickly. So flip an ocean tile. $17. Discount of $6, $7, $8. So I only have to pay $9. So let's check that. And that allows me to flip an ocean tile, which gives me a plant and $1 and terraforming rating. And then I draw 2 cards. All right, what I got? I need something amazing. Asteroid mining, it's worth points, and it's more titanium. I don't need that. United Planetary Alliance. When you draw cards during research, draw 1 additional card, keep 1 additional card. Yeah, you know, I'm just going to do the other one. So here's another discount of 8, right? So I only have to pay 6. Since I picked construction, I can do both. And that is going to give me another ocean tile. And that gives me a card draw, which, yeah, not that useful. And a plant. And a terraforming rating. Okay, now on to research. So I get to keep both the cards because of my extended resources. And what we got here? We got invention contest, draw 3 cards, keep 1 and discard either 2. Nope. Immigration shuttles. It's worth points for each 2 Earth symbols I have. I only have 3 symbols, 4. It'd be worth 2 points, but only $3. I need more heat cards. I'm not getting the ones heat and plants. So I think I'm getting desperate here. Do I just draw production, or maybe I should take actions? You know, since actions are probably best here. Oh, he hasn't done actions yet. He's going to do actions this turn. Okay, research will let me see a lot more cards. But production gives me more money and stuff. So let's do production. And he is going to choose action. Alrighty. I can spend $3 to draw 2 cards. Please be something good. Mass converter. Ooh, lots of heat. It requires 4 science, which I have. Gives me titanium. That could be really good. With 3 heat. And business contacts. Draw 4 cards. Discard 2. Meh. Boring. Okay, so actions. I'm going to add a microbe. And then I'm going to spend a card to get 3 plants. Okay, now I have to do any additional actions here. So let's see, I have 8 heat, oops, which is going to raise that up, give me a terraforming rating. I have definitely 8 plants. Let's see, 4, 8, wait, 8, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. To get another forest, raise oxygen, getting a point. And that's it. Okay, on to production. All right, we're getting money now. $12 plus 6, so that's 18, 22. We might be able to just buy our way to victory if I keep getting lots of money. 22, 2 card draws. We'll look at those after. 3 heat. 2 plants. Okay, please be something good. Vineyard, shipyard, draw 2 cards. These are not what I want. I'm just going to drop them. Drop it like it's hot for $4. Drop 1 of them. All right, so we are on to the last 5 turns of the game, and I have so much to do left. I'm going to give heat here. for the bonus from the AI. So this is the final, like the bonus round, right? The last 5. What we're going to do here is I get to choose the phases that the AI does, but I can only choose each phase once. So once it's done, it's gone. But I can kind of coordinate a little bit. I need to get some things going here fast. So it might be time for my mass converter. 3 heat production. Yeah, sure, let's do it. So I think I'm going to play development. And he's going to play research so I can get some more card options. All right, development. All right, discount of 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's going to cost me $9. I have the 4 sciences. It's going to give me 3 heat production. 1, 2, 3. It's going to give me 1 titanium. Okay. And now on to research. So I get to draw 2 cards, keep 2 cards, thanks to my extended resources. All right, please be something good. Lunar beam 4 heat. Whoo, that could be good. And lightning harvest, $1 per microcredit per science. That would have been good earlier, but not so much right now. Okay, we're kind of close here. I think that lunar beam might be the one we need here. So I'm going to get him to play development, and then I'm going to do maybe production for heat, or maybe I should get more red and blue cards out. I got a fair amount of money left. None of these are really that useful, so I think I'm going to do production. Or actions. Action gives me more cards, more plants. I'm going to do production first. Okay. All right. Development happens. Come on, lunar beam. Okay, reduce terraforming rating. It's going to cost me 9. But it's going to give me 4 heat production. 1, 2, 3, 4. Drop down and add a cube into the 10. So my heat production is actually 10 now, which is much needed. I am so far behind. Okay, and then on to production. So we are at 11, 17, $21. We're at 10 heat and only 2 plants. My plants are kind of lacking right now. Oh, and 2 cards. Please be good. Kelp farming. Ooh, and they require 6 oceans, which we have. Gain 2 plants, 3 plant production. Okay, and flip an ocean tile. I think I might be at my limit now. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm good. Okay. So I might want to get kelp farming out. So maybe I'll do development this time. And he'll do... We want to do more production. Ooh, or construction. Will I have a group of blue and red cards? No, they're still not useful. I mean, I have a flippin' ocean tile. Not the best, but maybe that's just what I need. Okay, so we're gonna do that. Yep. Okay. All right. So development happens first. I gotta spend $17 on kelp farming. So there's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's going to give me $2 credit. And 3 plants. 1, 2, 3 plant production. Okay. Next is construction phase. I can play that subterranean reservoir for $10 to flip an ocean tile. And that gives me another card, port of nitrogen. Okay, that could be good. And, all right, no, raises terraforming rating. Okay, I'm getting pretty close to the end here. I don't know if it looks like I'm going to make it. I think we're going to have to do some actions. Perhaps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You know, I'm going to pick, he's going to do production, and I'm going to do actions. All right, so actions here. I got $3 to get 2 cards. Oh, beam from a thorium asteroids. It just raises production. Recycled Dertitis. No, I'm gonna discard that for 4. I'm probably at my max. Let's get rid of immigration shuttles for another 4. Okay, so action. So that's the 2 cards. We have microbe. Then we have discard a card for 3 plants. Discard the mining. Put 3 plants out. And I'm going to do that one. Oh, I do need to flip an ocean. I'm going to do this one again. Second time. Okay, now I have to spend 8 heats to raise the temperature and rating. Not quite enough for another one. Spend 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plants to do another forest. The math is not working out. I only have 1 round left, and I don't think I'm gonna. I don't think I'm gonna do it. Sometimes you just don't get the cards. I got a lot of good point-making cards, but that's about it. Okay, all right, now for production. All right, I'm at 14 plus 8 is, where are we at here? 22. Dollars. We have 2 card draw. We have 10 heats, and we have 5 plants. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. All right, new cards. What I got? Undersea vents. Additional 4 heat. That is no good for me. Toll station. You may play a green card from your hand that has printed cost 9 or less without paying its costs. There's an immediate bonus one, but again, not helpful. I'm going to drop these for 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 20. We'll start with that. It's $20. Okay, so we are going to be kind of pretty close here. So he's going to do action last, and I wonder if there's any cards I can do that will increase that. Probably imported nitrogen. Oh, you know what? Yeah, you know what? Instead of doing that one a second. Did I do that one twice? I can't remember. Okay. Yeah, I should really do action again, but I want, man. I want to be able to do that twice. Because I had 3 microbes in our card That's the second ocean I need. Did I add one? Did I do that twice already? Yeah, I don't know. Could gain plants. I don't want to play my action card again because I want to get the nitrogen out. 4 plants. Yeah, I'm just not going to be able to get the oceans. Okay, let's draw 4 cards. Discard 2. It's not really helpful. Beam from thorium, it just raises production, which is not what I want either. So unfortunately, it looks like I'm just going to have to do action just to do something more than once. Well, that is an unfortunate last turn. So I'm just going to blow everything. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's an extra $16. So I'm going to throw 20 in there and take 4. And now time for actions. Okay, $3 to get 2 cards. And I'm going to drop them both for $8. Okay, then I'm going to remove these 3 microbes. Again, ocean. And that gives me 2 plants. Oh, you know what? Instead of getting $8, I'll keep the 2 cards. Because I'm going to use the farming twice. So that's going to give me 6 plants. All right, now it's just down to base actions. Let's see how close I can get. So far, again, this is not good. So here we have $8 for temperature. We have another, 8 heat, another 8 heat for another temperature. We have 8 plants for a forest. We have another 8 plants for another forest. And then we pretty much just have cash left, which is not going to be enough. So here's $15 for that last ocean. And it's going to give me 2 plants. Yeah, not helpful. And then we got, it's what, $20 for trees. Oh, ouch. So here's 20 for tree and oxygen. 20 for another tree and oxygen. And then let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh no, that's exactly what I need for heat. For heat. So I was pretty short of my goal. I got the oceans done. For some reason, this just didn't work out for me this time. I have beat this game before in this difficulty, but this time I just wasn't doing what I wanted. Maybe I went too far into construction, potentially, and not enough into actual resources. So anyways, that's been quite long enough already. Let's go back to the top and I'll give my review. Okay, and that was Terraforming Mars Ares Expedition. That was a pretty rough round. I always seem to lose when I play solo games on my channel, which is hilarious because I've won this the last few times I've played it solo. But I mean that's how it goes. I got plenty of point-related cards that I had to end up not using or bailing on. There's definitely a few more points in here, but that's fine. Maybe it was poor planning. I did end up doing the same action as the ally several times, which probably hurt my overall production or strategy. So that's fine. It is what it is. So Terraforming Mars Expedition, I'll compare it to its big brother, regular Terraforming Mars. afterwards. But first, I'm just going to cover the game in a vacuum here. I think the game is fantastic. There's a lot of really nice decisions throughout the game. You never feel like you're really restricted and not able to do stuff. If anything, there's just so many, delicious choices and actions where you're like, oh, I want this card, but oh, I want this card instead. Okay, I'm gonna discard this card for money so I can play this card. And then you have, actions you gotta think about. So there's a bit of an action economy. You can draw more cards, raise different rates of production, or do you just want to get discounts on other cards and hone in on a certain strategy? Playing this multiplayer does work very well, even though it is a fairly long game. Like you saw, there's a lot of cards I played. It's a lot of rounds. But because the play is simultaneous, everyone is doing their own thing at the same time, it actually goes a lot faster because everyone's working towards building up the same ratings. So the solo game is actually probably one of the longer versions of the game. But it works very well multiplayer. You can still kind of read a little bit of what other players are doing because you can see which action they've taken before. You kind of see how much resources they have currently available to them, so you can probably guess when they're going to do production action. And then you can kind of play off of that to maximize your chances to do as much as possible. The selection system of the person who played the card gets a bonus, but everyone does the thing, is pretty much straight out of Race for the Galaxy or San Juan, but I think it works here, and it works well. I mean, it's almost identical system to Race for the Galaxy even, but I'm fine with that. It's the game does have its own unique way of doing things. It is very much a different game. You can check out my Race for the Galaxy review if you like on my channel. Yeah, so the Terraforming Mars, the production quality is excellent, especially if you have the collector's edition or the Kickstarter version. I have the Kickstarter, so it came with little trays. I believe the collector's version has the recessed player boards as well. I got a few extra cards and project cards, which is like our company cards, then because of the Kickstarter, but they're not necessary. I don't feel like you have to chase them down. All the cards are nice quality and linen finished. I end up sleeving them because I want to shuffle these really well. I don't want the cards getting damaged. I will mention, however, that the cards are like maybe half a millimeter or a millimeter larger than your standard, Magic the Gathering sized playing card that most card games are. So I had to go with like my super thick sleeves I usually reserve for like deduction games or games where you're heavily handling cards, because the sleeves I usually use just didn't fit. Even though they're supposed to be, a standard card size, the cards are just slightly bigger than normal. And I know that's not my copy either. This is a Kickstarter version. But I have a few friends who each own a copy of the game, and they've all run into the same issue. Some of them have like retail versions, and it's all the same problem. So it's not really a big deal. Just keep it in mind if you're going to sleeve them. You are not going to want to go with like the super tightly fit sleeves. You're going to want something just a touch bigger, and a lot of them. There's a good 200 cards here, which brings me to the cards themselves. Every single one is unique, and that's probably one of the coolest things is that I have, barely even touched the decks here. Again, they're not quite this high because they are bigger because of the sleeves, but there's still so many cards that, I'm still finding and noticing cards I have not seen before, even though I've played this several times already, just because maybe they got cycled through or shuffled in or whatever. Every card is different, and every card has excellent graphic design and a fantastic piece of artwork that all really fit well together. They all fit in the universe. They're the same art style, and they just work. Cubes and stuff are nice. The board is not really necessary. The ocean tiles are really just, they could be in a random stack or whatever. But it does look nice that you can have a little board there. And of course, keeping track of different resources, sort of different variables like heat and oxygen are good to see that centrally so everyone can kind of see where it's at. The engine building, which is like the combos that you find and how things escalate throughout the game. I find that it really flows nicely. Like you saw, like most of the cards I played did increase my engine and felt impactful, but I didn't need to keep looking at them. Like this big stack of cards, once they were played, I only needed to really see what the symbols were in the odd case that I was playing something that referred to them. I didn't have to keep track of a ton of things. So the mental overhead is not huge. I mean, of course, if you're going to go through a lot of these blue action cards with the bottom left blue box, then yes, you're going to have to really think about the comboing a lot. But things build off each other. Occasionally you'll draw a card that has requirements that you just can't play it at that time. Like it might say, oxygen needs to be in the white to play this, and you're still in purple. And so, but you know what? Since you can discard any card for $3 at any time, it means that nothing ever goes to waste, right? You can always just get rid of something and keep going. And onto the company cards, I'm not 100% sure if they're totally balanced, but I kind of feel like they are, and there's a nice variety in them so that everyone starts off with a slightly different special ability or starting amount of money or something. It just adds a little bit of more identity and might help kind of guide your decisions a little bit. All right, so as far as comparing to the Big Brother Terraforming Mars game, I know everyone's going to ask, how does it compare? And you'll probably see I don't have Terraforming Mars on my shelf. I have played it a number of times, both in person and on the app. I've played it with the drafting variants and not. And you know what? There's just some problems I had with the regular Terraforming Mars game that I couldn't get over. I'm a graphic designer by trade, and that game is just so ugly. They're charging, a premium price for bad stock art on the car and flimsy cards and flimsy boards. So I didn't like that. I didn't like how restrictive the card acquisitions could be. You do draft a very small set of cards each round, but it's so small that if someone draws a card that works with their engine, they are at a huge advantage. And I've seen people get lucky with some cards early in the game and just take away a victory. There's some major differences in the way that you can kind of pledge for different awards. I know some people like those. I feel I'm not really a fan for those because it kind of locks out players from getting potentially little victory points just because they didn't put a down payment on it first. Again, some people take it or leave it. Some people like that. That's fine. I don't think it's the problem with the game. I do find that the board in Terraforming Mars is slightly inconsequential. Like you are placing force and cities and things on the board, but there's really, aside from covering an icon that gives you something, which is pretty similar to these kinds of bonuses. They're just very small bonuses. I never felt like it was really impactful. So anyways, I personally like Ares Expedition far greater than Terraforming Mars. I know Terraforming Mars has a ton of expansions for it. Not all of them are good, but there's a lot more content to it. Maybe we'll see some expansions for this game. I know there are some funny divots in the on the scoreboard. I'm hoping they're going to have some sort of a plug-in expansion for that. But even they don't. At the price point this game goes for, and the amount of enjoyment you'll get from it, and the content you have, plus the fact that it is not especially difficult to teach. It can be a little bit mathy and figuring out, as you saw, like if you've got multiple discounts and money coming in from a few different sources, but it's mostly all, minor increments, and the rules themselves are very simple. You pretty much just do what's in the card or advance the tracks as it shows in the card and continue. So it's super easy to teach. It doesn't have the same iconography issue that Race for the Galaxy has. So it's much easier to get to the table. It is longer, however. It's shorter than the big Terraforming Mars game, but it's longer than other engine building games of its type. But I think that can be fine as long as you're in for it. Anyways, I'm Will, and this has been a Cardboard Minute. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a lot of fun playing games. If you have any thoughts on whether you prefer the base game or the big game over Terraforming Mars Ares Expedition, let me know why in the comments. I'd love to hear it. Maybe it'll sway my opinion if I get a chance to play the base game again or even on the app. You might change my mind. So let me know what you think. Please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.